But you arrived today. I didn't know what you would wear. Didn't know anything. Didn't ask. But you arrived wearing black, but also a black eye.
Yes.
So I was, it's purplish now.
Yeah, and it was very yellow. It's interesting, we call them black eyes, but really purple yellow is more accurate. So
what happened?
Okay, well, a couple things. A lot of things led up to that black eye. There's a guy they used to call him the $50 million man. Now I think they call him the $50 billion man. Now they call him the $1 trillion man. His name is Dan Pena, and he's become kind of I would say sort of the ultra alpha male for the entrepreneurial crowd.
Okay.
And he's got this castle in Scotland, and he grew up in like East LA, and he was a bad boy. He's got this whole story about how he tried to kill his teacher in 4th grade and almost did, and his dad was a police officer and yada yada. Anyway, he's a tough guy, and he calls all the guys kids, and he calls them meatheads and cunts and candy asses. He uses that kind of language
still today.
Yeah,
okay.
And politically incorrect all the way.
Yeah.
And he's like, how many of you been in a fist fight, a street fight? None of you. That's the way he talks.
Yeah.
And so that got into my subconscious, right? So the other piece of this was I just destroyed about 90% of my art inventory. So we're talking maybe $750,000 worth of work I destroyed. And
all right, we're gonna pin that and come back to that because I definitely want to talk to you about that. But let's go on with this story. But we're gonna pin on you destroying 90% of your art.
Yeah, so I've got canvases, I've got painting on panels, and I toss what I can fit into the back of my 2001 Toyota Celica. And this is 2:30 in the morning on Division Street, which is a shithole neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm back in, and I'm tossing stuff in a dumpster, and I hear this, "Hey, what are you putting in our dumpster, man?" And I'm like, it's none of your fucking business what I'm putting in the dumpster. I've got permission from the building manager, so I'm mouthy, and I'm also
sort of irritated with the question.
I'm irritated.
With
and
the authority of whoever this person is.
Yeah, they have no authority to question me, Rick Beerhorst. Do you not know who I am? Anyway, so it's like, what did you just say? I said, it's none of your fucking business. You want a piece of this? Yeah. And next thing I know, it was like getting hit by lightning. Like I came at him, and it was just like boom, 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 and I was on the ground. My glasses were gone, my hat was off, and I was bleeding. And I didn't know if my glasses were shoved into my eye or what, because it was just like, it was like getting hit by lightning. He was so fast. And then he got in the car, and they drove off.
Drove with your car?
No, with their car.
Oh,
they were in a car.
Got it.
My car's sitting there idling, and I was like, damn.
That was great.
Wow, that was kind of amazing. It was kind of amazing. So I went and I found this woman I knew who was a nurse. I knock on her door. Now it's like 3 a.m. I wake her up, and she looks at it, and she's like, I don't think you need stitches, but what happened exactly?
Wow.
So, she cuddles me a little bit. We clean it up. I go home, and I'm like, wow, that was cool.
But what made you, it sounded like you escalated, like right off the bat.
Yeah, well, I think, and I thought about this a lot, obviously, and I had some anger. I've been processing some anger. And part of the anger is I've wasted so much time in my life. I've wasted time doing things that didn't work. I sort of like owning failure. Like there's one thing where you make mistakes and you put it off on other people. Well, like, he didn't get me, or she was just a bitch, and she, but
Sure.
where you start to actually own it and like, man, I screwed up.
Right.
Like that was, and so, and some of that is, consternation and anger. And it just had to get through me. And, it's interesting because we say like I had my clock cleaned or I had the shit kicked out of me. Mm-hmm. I felt like when I got off the pavement, there was less shit in me. It's like I didn't do the dance with cancer, you know, like people I've known have, but it was like, yeah, like
There's
shit
something
has
cathartic
gotten,
about it.
Yeah, it was cathartic. It was.
This Full Exposure podcast episode has been made possible through the support of Metro Health, University of Michigan Health, and Dr. Peter Hahn, who believe that creativity and the arts are essential to a rich, healthy, and fulfilling life.